Welcome to another episode of Washed Up, where today we talk to ex-porn star Urethra Franklin. Good evening, Miss Urethra. Urethra?
It's urethra.
It's Urethra, I'm sorry.
Yes,
What an
yes.
interesting name.
Yes, a lot of people thought that, I changed it because of what I used to do, but it's actually my given name. I was named after a singer, but I guess my parents just didn't spell it right. So,
Right, because urethra is actually that little hole.
I told you. Well, go ahead, go ahead.
Urethra is actually that little hole.
Yes, I know exactly anatomically where it is. Thank you. But, that's my name and that's just what it is, all right?
I didn't mean to laugh at your name. It's
Well,
just that it's such an
I mean,
unusual name.
it
Like I could even see, like if they thought that they were naming you Aretha, if they said Urethra, but they actually put the last R in there.
well,
It made it urethra.
I'm finding you to be a little disrespectful,
I'm
sir.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so
My
sorry.
parents learned their letters hard, all right? So they wanted to use all the ones they knew, all right?
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to laugh. Anyway, do you have a nickname? Like, can we call you like Rethra or something?
So did you come here, sir, to make fun of my name?
No, I'm just fucking. Oh shit. Oh my
You
goodness.
okay now? Why you on the show washed up? Anyway, you washed up yourself? Who you used to be?
No, I'm just working. I'm just asking the questions. They just pay me.
Oh, well,
They just pay
you
me to
need
ask.
to ask some questions that I ain't come here
All right,
to hear about your humor.
I'm so sorry.
All right. You're being
Yes,
so disrespectful.
I'm so
I don't even
sorry.
have time for
I'm
that.
actually a very big fan of yours.
Yeah, well, most of you that look like you do are.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you look like you spend a lot of time alone watching movies.
Yeah, I noticed you were walking a little funny. Did something happen? I noticed a little limp when you came in
Yeah,
the
the
studio.
last motherfucker that came here talking shit to me. I kicked him in his ass on the way out, and I hurt my foot when I did it. But I still got one good foot left.
I see. Well, let's get right to it then. You weren't just a porn star back in the day. You were famous for some very interesting positions that people now incorporate in their bedrooms.
This is true. This is true. Well, one of them is called the douche booty. And women seem to like this one, and the men like it too, but they act like they don't. And that's when you get the little Massengill bottle and stick it up your man ass and swish it. You know, Mostly I tell them to do it in the shower, because sometimes when you do it in the bedroom, it changes the mood.
I could see how that could be some shit. But boom.
That's cute.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, you looking cute now. That was nice.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So, you were lovingly called at one time the bottomless pit. Is that because of your depth, Miss Urethra? Or, why would they call you the bottomless pit? Were you putting astronomical things inside of you or something?
Well, I was lovingly called that, and it was because of craft services. On every movie set, they have craft services. They bring the food. And while cast would get the good food because I was friends with the guys on craft services, they would eat while I entertained them. But somehow the craft services employee line kept getting longer and longer, and they would, get more food, but I would, entertain for longer and longer. So they called me the bottomless pits because I was with the craft services. They thought I was eating. They thought it was me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they just think I take a lot in and it never fills up.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why did you leave the porn star business? Why did you?
Well, it was at the height of my career, and I was still very young.
Mm.
But she was on.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh, so
She was tired,
right.
right? And when you're tired, when what you work with is tired, you just can't do the job anymore.
Right.
You understand? If you was building stuff with hands and you got arthritis in your hands,
Right.
you couldn't use your hands. I kind of got arthritis.
So you got arthritis in your
Yes,
area.
yes, and it's better now, but it was very painful and discomforting, to me and others, when I first, because it would cramp up and lock, you know what I mean? So, it but
And it was diagnosed as
I know
arthritis.
what arthritis is, and if it's in your muscles, and you have a lot of muscles down there.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I see.
And I was working them daily, you know.
Gotcha.
And you have
Several times a day, actually.
exactly, so it stands to reason overwork muscles, you know. So I just stopped. It was okay.
So what are you doing now? Can we catch you in any, Law and Order, or are you doing anything? What are you still
Well,
on the screen or acting?
I used to have a gym, when big girls would go out and learn, exercise moves, you know. But then somehow it got out that I was teaching some kind of sex classes or something. They shut me down. Haters.
Wasn't it called Positions?
Exactly. It incorporated yoga.
Oh,
You know, it was very relaxing. I think it was the age that we had because we did have young gentlemen there that, were help you in your. I think they didn't understand that concept that they were just like exercise equipment and that was just it. They wasn't there no personal capacity.
I see.
Right.
So do you think you'll ever make a comeback?
No, I don't even want to. I don't even want to. I tend to use my arthritis now just for my own personal pleasure because I found with time and the yoga moves that it has become quite enjoyable at times. So, I'm just dedicating my life to, enjoying it. Mm.
Are you still getting mails from, letters and calls from your fans?
Well, that's the funny thing, because sometimes, if I go down to Piggly Wiggly or, someplace like that, or any town I'm in, because I choose still travel like Kroger's or anywhere, I see the husbands and I could tell they recognize me, but they don't really say nothing, and they hope I don't know why they would think I would. I ain't going to go around and say, do you remember me, but I just acknowledge them. They stare at me. They stare.
Why don't they speak to you?
Well, sometimes you don't take your wives to see the movies, all your movies, so the wives wouldn't understand what movie they went to, and I was in it.
Gotcha. Wow, this is great. This is like one of my best interviews yet. So, what would you like your fans to know about you? Well, I mean, what is Urethra Franklin doing nowadays, and what can we watch for to come from you?
Well, I have this young girl group. I'm gonna, produce their music. You know, well, they don't really sing, but they do dance really well. So we gonna, hit some clubs first, and you know, they're called positions as well. That's their name. So the girl.
I remember back in the day, you were also part of a girl group, Hosey and the Pussy Snatch.
Yes. It's just a big guy.
Shucks. Yeah, I was remembering back in the day we found some footage of you. You were part of a group called
Yes,
Hosey and the
yes,
Pussy Snatch.
yes. I remember them, you
Yeah.
know. And it was a big thing because the one that was Hosey,
Uh-huh.
the guy that was managing him, he didn't want her to be Hosey no more. He wanted me to be Hosey.
Oh.
And, you know,
Is it
he was
because you
just.
were a bigger Hosey?
So we back to being disrespectful again. 'Cause I really thought you was going to leave here without my foot in
No,
your
okay.
ass. I thought that, but you know now, I think we're going to just wrap this up.
Well, all your songs were like X-rated songs.
Well, it was called Hosey. Keep up, little boy.
Right.
And the Pussy Snatch.
Right.
It was not called anything else.
Yeah.
Alright, so it will be granted that we would talk about hoes and pussy and snatch and dick, alright?
Right.
And could you cut this interview?
Okay. All right. Well, could you just sing a little bit of that
I
old
will
song?
not.
Must have put some jello. Must have put some jello in my mind.
Alright, this way.